very cup every time.
With that, let's start with Florida, everyone.
It's a phenomenal game, right? So welcome to another edition of our podcast. And in today's edition, we have some exciting news to talk to you about. First of all, we're going to start with our, of course, tradition because we're in the studio. And Florida Panthers eliminated Tampa Bay Lightning. And it is a win for Florida Panthers. And what do we do when Panthers win?
We cheers and we drink champagne.
So while I'm opening up, that's right. So while I'm opening up the champagnes, you are going to be discussing the fact that we did a great event last week. How was it?
Oh my God, the energy was incredible in the arena. I was in the Nativia suite, of course. Great company, great food, great drinks, and it was really impressive to watch them live. There's no such thing.
Well, so my champagne is ready. Here's to the Panthers' elimination of Tampa Bay Lightning. And we're awaiting our next opponent. But while we're waiting for it, cheers.
Cheers to the Panthers. Once again, to another win.
It's sweet. The win is so sweet. And so I wanted to obviously congratulate all the Panthers fans. I feel sorry for all the Tampa fans. You guys did put up a great fight. So I'm sure we're going to see you guys next year. And I'm sure it's going to be a phenomenal rivalry. Great coaches. Moreover, the battle of the goalies was incredible. The way that Vasilevsky played was definitely not his fault in the loss. Panthers were just a little bit better. And it showed in the scoring board. Outside of that, let's get to what else is happening in the NHL.
Well, what else is happening? The Hurricanes won against the Devils 5-4 in double overtime.
That's another elimination. So Hurricanes are proceeding to the next round, which I was expecting those Hurricanes to move forward. Devils were not really up in their game as they were in the regular season. So it definitely showed. And, Hurricane teams is very strong, very strong.
They're very good indeed. And another great team is the Washington team. The Capitals eliminates Montreal Canadiens.
Well, I have to tell you.
That was tough.
Montreal Canadiens goalie put up phenomenal fight. But you can't do anything when Alex Ovechkin wants to break another record. And the record he's trying to break is he's now 30 goals for the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And the number one spot is 38. So he's 8 goals away.
It's so close.
Yes. Once again, another record by the great one at this point. And yes, when we talk about the great one now, we are talking about Alex Ovechkin because great Wayne Gretzky will always be the Wayne Gretzky. But at this point, the highest goal scorer in the league and the breaker of all the records that's currently still playing in the NHL is Alex. And I got to tell you, the puck drop in the Canadian zone, he gets a pass. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but the goal was a rocket.
He's a rock star, to say the least.
Well, that's besides the fact, but it was done with such a speed. I think it was close to 100 miles an hour.
That's
it was
very
done
impressive.
With such a speed, and the goalie couldn't do anything. He did it a one-timer, and it was a phenomenal goal. And as I said earlier, he's only 8 goals away.
That's very impressive. And it's also a very significant achievement for the Capitals since they hadn't won a playoff series since the Stanley Cup in 2018.
Correct. So, they're in great form. I think it's gonna take a big effort to beat them in the cup. They have not lost their thunder that they've had in regular season. So I think this is going to be a tough opponent for anybody that comes next.
Yeah, it's getting more and more exciting.
Oh, absolutely. And I got to tell you, they for as long as we have our box and the Panthers arena, we might have a chance of seeing Capitals in the Eastern Conference Finals if stars align. But
definitely.
Speaking of that, what's our next pair?
Well, this is getting more and more interesting with Toronto and Ottawa. So that's a very tight game because now they have to go to game 6.
Correct. So game, it all looked really good for Toronto. 3-0, which should have been an easier scenario, but now it's 3-2. Ottawa is putting up a fight. They won in the overtime, and we're here to witness game 2. And obviously the winner of that matchup is going to be facing Florida Panthers.
Who are you vouching for?
This is a tough one. So we have a very, really, really good record with Toronto. However, Toronto these days have a ton of Stanley Cup Florida winners. And so we have a bunch of players there, including the goalie Stollarts, that's in Toronto today. On the other hand, we have Tkachuk brother playing for Ottawa.
Exactly.
So either which way you look at it is going to be tough.
The Tkachuks are everywhere.
Yeah, the Tkachuks are everywhere, but either way you look at it is going to be tough. And Ullmark is also a very, very good goalie for Ottawa. So I don't know. There's no easy opponents. I think if I have to go with my gut feeling, I would say that I would rather see Toronto and see that game, and probably my impression of the Canada team is they're a little bit more stronger, and it's definitely exciting hockey that they're playing, and it's a little bit of a different hockey that Panthers are playing. So it's always good to see two different systems play off each other. It's an exciting matchup,
Definitely.
and it's definitely great to watch. Great to watch on a stadium, and so.
We can't wait, and especially that they might play against the Panthers.
Correct.
So
again, if I have to match it up, I would go Toronto versus Florida versus Ottawa versus Florida. So
yeah,
I guess my vote is for Toronto 4-2 win, and we go face they go face Panthers, which we'll be watching.
Exactly. We're looking forward to it. And next we have Vegas and Minnesota.
So Vegas and Minnesota, I have to tell you.
They won 3-2 in overtime.
I can't tell you how disappointed I am. I think Minnesota deserves a win. I love Vegas. As a city. I also admire their play, but my heart is with Kaprizov and Minnesota.
Fair enough. That's fine. Maybe they'll do better next time.
We'll see. We'll be watching, right, as always.
And again, we have the Oilers and the Kings.
That matchup is to me it's a very interesting matchup.
I know you're not a big fan of the Kings, but the Oilers are winning 3-1.
Yep.
So that's great.
I'm there. I'm with McDavid.
And leading
who's the fastest one? Who's the fastest one? I think that I was watching the game, and you gotta admire the Kings goalie. I think the score would have been much more if it wasn't for Kemper. A lot of people forget that Kemper did win the Stanley Cup with another team, and he is a Stanley Cup goalie. So it really, really shows. Yet last year, it wasn't his year. He was traded from Washington Capitals over to Kings, and I think he is the star of that series for Los Angeles. And if nothing else, he deserves a round of applause for the work that he's done in the game. Even though Oilers won, Kemper did everything possible to keep Los Angeles in the game throughout the game.
Definitely. So we have another win is the Jets against the Blues, 5-2. What do you think about this?
That's a tough series.
Yeah,
that's a tough series. I think I'll wait my opinion till next game to see what happens. But look, Blues are fighting for their lives. Jets are the winners of the regular season, so both have.
Winnipeg is pretty strong.
Yeah,
they have a pretty strong game.
Yeah, so they put up a very strong game, aligned with their stuff, and the Stars played, and I think we're coming to the end of these series for the first round, and I think it's exciting to watch. Game 6 and 7, whoever gets there. There's nothing left that was not shown in the previous 5 games by these teams. So it's the will that's going to determine who wins and who goes to the next round.
Definitely. Well, I'm looking forward to see what the future holds. But in the meantime, we ask you to like our page, subscribe, comment, leave your email, and run a chance to win tickets to be with us in the arena and celebrate the Panthers very soon.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Very Cup every time.
Look at that. Let's start with Florida, everyone.
It's a phenomenal game, right?